I feel like we need that music. Adventures in Running with Sid. What the fuck are you doing? Be well, you have my phone.
And I'm not training for anything.
Best training partner ever. Sorry, Bree.
Okay.
Eh.
There we go. Hey! Who's your good dog? Huh? You're doing so much better. Look at you. She was in a hospital last week for 3 days, so she's doing incredibly well. She's on the mend, which I'm very relieved about. Okay, well that's mildly annoying. The weather said it was going to be storming this morning, so Sid and I decided not to run. I was going to run in the afternoon because it was going to be raining in the morning. Now it's not raining, and now it's supposed to rain in the afternoon. Incredibly annoying, those weather predictor people. By the way, that footage of me taking off my sweatpants to go across a river, that was last weekend. We're actually going to a walk, and not like for a walk, but to a walk. You guys all know there's like women's rights walks around the country and apparently the world. And we're going to one in our little town that nobody's gonna know about. But the thing is we know about it. Sometimes these things, I think they're futile and they don't make any difference and you get kind of down. And I think it does come down to what we know. What we know we do. And even more important than that is the fact that my kids see what we're doing. My kids see what Lisa's doing. Lisa had a good week. She stood her ground in a way that I really was happy to have my kids witness the "don't f*** with me" line that we all draw. Where that line is different for all of us, but there's a line. What my kids got to see was Lisa drawing that line, and the example she set for them was awesome. Of course, the example I set for my kids is that curse words are totally appropriate in some instances. Not bad for a little town. And it's raining. Well, that went well. A good, march for the, This is like a town, if you guys don't know Mendocino Coast, it's like 94% old hippies. So there was a lot of excitement. I mean, there was a lot of just dusting off the old out of tune nylon guitar and just not taking time to tune it. It's been there since 1967, and by gum, I'm gonna take it right out of the closet and just play it. And by the way, super important subject, great, excellent. But my life would not be worse if I never heard another song by Peter, Paul, or Mary.
So that it works?
Hello. Oh, three, there's three, look.
Wait, over there,
Oh, look, there's Bronte, look. Who likes the deer?
Where do you go when you're blue?
Bought some hay. Seems like now it's becoming a weekly thing. But here's what else I got. Look at this. No, not for a horror film. These are hay bale hooks. And honestly, like, I've avoided considering myself a horse person at all. Buying these may be the last straw. See, because straw, because...
Take a minute, love, cause I ain't tryna fucking image up. More than likely mess around and triple cup. Stumble around town, put your zipper up. Handshake like I don't get, but I ain't tryna fucking business up.
He's making some good points. Now it's shopping. We're gonna get some stuff for a mushroom chowder. Oh, doctor. What up, Will?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. Taking a detour. Whoa. We are getting a storm in tonight, like a biggie. And the surf report was that we were gonna get some serious swells. Definitely getting rougher. I'm gonna put that on there. What we're making is a mushroom chowder, kind of like a clam chowder a little bit.
Yeah. Oyster mushrooms.
Yeah, oyster mushrooms.
Potatoes, onions, corn, garlic. It's kind of like a New England style.
Not a Manhattan one, like
no,
that's
no,
red.
No, it's creamy. I do cashew cream. I have a recipe, but I kind of change it. I morphed it.
Super good, and
yeah.
Pretty much whole food. Yeah, there's almost zero oil in this whole thing, but it's like the creamiest, awesome soup. And yeah, so we're gonna dig on, we're having that tonight. Yeah, okay, get to work. This soup's not gonna make itself.
I'm back from the dead, almost.
Who wants a mushroom chowder? Who wants a mushroom chowder?
So I'm gonna braise thyme and garlic and nutmeg and onions and some veggie broth. Now I'm gonna add the potatoes and some frozen corn because I'm too lazy to do corn on the cob. Here's the potatoes. I already put the veggie stock in. And here goes in some more stock. So I'm gonna saute a mix of oyster mushrooms and hedgehogs because they didn't have enough oyster mushrooms in a pan with some white wine and black pepper and dulse flakes. Okay, black pepper.
I'm feeling overall pretty useless with regard to this video, so Lisa's going to put in the roasted red pepper in the saute.
Potatoes and corn and broth and onions, all that stuff is kind of cooking up. Right now we're waiting for the potatoes to get nice and tender. And then we'll put the mushrooms and red peppers and the cashew cream in here and it will be awesome. Putting in the mushrooms and the red peppers into the soup. This is a creme fraiche. It's cashews and water and white miso paste. I just kind of blend it up really fine in the blender. It's very smooth. Mocks heavy cream really well in any recipe. And this just gives, you know, clam chowder that classic, kind of New England style flavor. Okay, and then I'll just make adjustments by adding a little more dulse or black pepper or salt, depending what I think it needs. It's kind of come out creamy and chunky. It looks great.
Okay, we're done. This is awesome. Look at this. Boom. Plate of greens. This is a recipe we've done a bunch, so it's not like it's unfamiliar for us, but at the same time, this is a weekend type thing. We don't do cookbook recipe stuff during the week. We just don't. We just don't have the time. We want to throw something together quick. We don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. It's quick, it's easy. We want to maximize time with family. We want to maximize work time during the week, all that kind of stuff. Now it's into the next film in the Avengers series. Okay, and really, last point about this. We made a lot of soup. So what do we have coming up for the week?
Leftovers.
Leftovers for freaking school lunches. Boom, less time in the morning, more time for espresso. Sunday morning, just had a nice breakfast at the Stanford Inn. Not raining now. My intention was to go for a run this afternoon, but now I found out it's supposed to rain. It's like the universe is telling me that I should be sleeping. baby. There we go. There we go. You're such a sweetness. Come here. Come here, let me get you some love. Oh, come here. Yeah, that's right. Oh, so wet. Well, this is a perfect freaking location. If you're gonna be a small stepper, then you're gonna ease your way into change to ensure that it's long term. The outward changes are gonna come much later. Most of the game of making long-term changes is a thinking game. It's a thinking game. You gotta get this straight before you take on any change that eventually will appear to everybody else in your life. But for now, it's here, and for the most of the time, it's here. You're making changes, and it doesn't look like you are to anybody, so it is what you know you're doing. And if you focus on that, you'll keep doing it because it feels great to know that you're making changes, that you're taking control of your life. Knowing and being confident in what you know is what will keep you in the game long enough to actually make the change you want.